Well, in case you haven't heard the breaking news this week, Qatar Airlines and Airbus have finally kissed and made up, and it looks like they won't be getting divorced after all. And the best part is, now the kids won't have to decide which parent to live with. Let's talk about it next on Maximus. Greetings everybody, Maximus here. Well, the war between Airbus and Qatar Airways is finally over because on Wednesday, February 1st, Airbus and Qatar Airways, in a joint statement, announced that they have settled their bitter dispute over Qatar's grounded A350 jets, avoiding a potentially damaging and costly UK court trial after a fiery and contentious 18-month feud. The amicable and mutually agreeable settlement ends a $2 billion fight over surface damage on the long-haul Airbus A350 carbon composite aircraft. The feud also included the withdrawal and cancellation of billions of dollars worth of aircraft deals by Airbus, which prompted Qatar to increase purchases from Boeing. Well, this is not going to be good news for Boeing. Airbus and Qatar also said that the canceled orders for 23 undelivered A350s and 50 smaller A321neos have been restored under the new deal, which is expected to see Airbus pay several $100 million to Qatar while winning a reprieve from other claims from Qatar. Financial details of the settlement were not publicly disclosed. However, under the new terms of the agreement, neither company will be forced to admit liability. Both Airbus and Qatar pledged to drop claims, move forward, and work together as partners. The surprise deal heads off what amounted to an unprecedented public divorce trial between the aviation titans in the normally tight-knit and secretive $150 billion jet industry. Both sides accumulated combined claims and counterclaims worth more than $2 billion ahead of the scheduled June 2023 trial. French Finance Minister Bruno Le Maire welcomed the deal, which came in the wake of increasing political involvement amid close ties between France, where Airbus is based, and Qatar. Le Maire said it is the culmination of significant joint efforts. It's excellent news for the French aerospace industry. Qatar Airways had taken the unusual step of publicly challenging Airbus, the world's largest plane maker, over safety after paint cracks exposed gaps in a sublayer of lightning protection on its new generation A350 carbon composite jets. For their part, Airbus had acknowledged the quality flaws, but with the backing of European regulators, Airbus had insisted that the jets were safe and accused Qatar of exaggerating flaws in an attempt to win compensation. Then things heated up even more between the two estranged partners as both sides repeatedly argued in preliminary hearings over access to documents, finally forcing the frustrated judge to order cooperation between the two aviation giants. Analysts say the deal will allow both sides to save face, with Qatar Airways winning damages and recognition that the problem was due to an Airbus flaw and not Qatar's maintenance, and therefore the defects required Airbus to come up with a viable repair. Additionally, the deal also spared Airbus the difficult task of finding new homes for the canceled A350s. But now, as a result of the deal, Qatar will get their much-in-demand A321neos needed to plan its growth, albeit 3 years later than expected in 2026. In the wake of Qatar's original suit, Airbus's decision to revoke their massive A320neo order, separate from the disputed A350 contract, had been highly criticized by the global airline group IATA, the International Air Transport Association. Airbus said it had done its best to avoid pushing Qatar too far back in the queue for the jets, though some experts question whether Airbus could have even met the earlier schedule because of Airbus supply problems. The settlement will also stop the clock ticking on a claim by Qatar for compensation for the groundings that had been growing by $6 million a day, triggered by a clause agreed upon after the repainting of a jet for the World Cup revealed significant surface damage. Originally valued at $200,000 a day per plane, Airbus's theoretical liability was ratcheting upwards by a total of $250,000 an hour for the 30 affected jets, or $2 billion a year by the time the deal was struck. Neither side commented on settlement details, But Airbus said it would now work with Qatar regulators to provide the necessary repair solution and return Qatar's 30 grounded planes to the air. Earlier in 2021, a Reuters investigation revealed other airlines had been affected by A350 skin degradation, all of whom said it was just cosmetic. But the dispute has focused new attention on the design of modern carbon fiber jets, which do not interact as smoothly with paint as traditional aluminum aircraft, and has forced Airbus and Boeing to reconsider how to solve this continuing problem going forward. But now this deal leaves one giant elephant in the equation. What will come of Al Baker's revenge order with Boeing? It will be interesting to see if that deal remains intact or completely falls apart. Well, how about that? I thought this was going to be a long, knockdown, drag-out fight to the bitter end, and suddenly, just like that, Airbus kissed Qatar's boo-boo and made it all better. Well, it may be good for Airbus and Qatar, but it sucks for me. I was looking forward to milking at least a year's worth of new Airbus versus Qatar content out of this. But you never know when it comes to Akbar Al Baker. He could always change his mind and decide he still wants to fight with somebody some more. It's been known to happen. Well, that's all I have for now. As always, I'm looking forward to what you have to say, so please be sure to let me know down below. Oh, and I'd like to thank Dennis and Michael Pilding for supporting the channel through the Buy Me a Coffee app. As always, links are in the description. And of course, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, and ring the bell. And remember, leave the rubber on the runway and your troubles on the ground. And I will see you next time in the air. Yeah, this is Maximus.